to let you go on that note because I've got to get to Jeff, but you just said it. You hit the nail right on the head. Thank you for tuning in and listening to us up in Detroit. We really appreciate it. Make sure you listen every week. Jeff, in Detroit.
Yes.
You are on the Armed American Radio Network, my friend. Welcome to the broadcast.
Well, thank you, Mark. Thank you for being here.
Wow, man, you're welcome. Believe me, it feels good to be back up there. So talk to us. What do you got on your mind?
Well, I was listening to the first hour, listening to some of the cases where, police officers are stopping people who carry arms. And I'm going through a case up here in Warren. I'm just north of the Detroit border. And I had an incident back in August where police officers pulled up on me and pulled their firearm on me and stuff. So I'm going through working on a case just like that.
Now, were you legally carrying your firearm?
Yes, I was open carrying, walking down the sidewalk. I filed a FOIA, and out of the 3 vehicles that showed up and the 4 police officers that showed up, I managed to get the video out of one vehicle that was pulled up to the curb parallel to me, so it didn't show me on the video at all. So I got to file a complaint and find out what happened to the rest of them. But there was the police officer's bike on there, and there was a bunch of anti-gun statements and threats and all that kind of stuff. It was unbelievable to me because I've been open carrying for some time. I got a CPL too, so I conceal carry usually in the winter. And it's the commissioner of the police force up here. He's on the executive committee to Michigan Citizens for Handgun Control, so things are going really slow.
Boy, that's real shocking. Hold on a second. Attorney John Monroe is with me. Wants to ask you a quick question.
Hey, Jeff, were you arrested for anything?
No, I wasn't arrested. I was ordered to the ground. I was handcuffed. When they dragged me up off the ground, they scraped my knees off. They took my wallet and my gun without my permission. And
wait a minute, were these police officers or were they armed robbers?
They were police officers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was like
that's a sarcastic
robbery.
question. I'm telling you, man, you were robbed by the cops.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Well, listen, I'll tell you what. We're gonna follow you here. We love doing this on the program. And what I would like to ask you to do is stay in contact with us here. Mark at armedamericanradio.org. And you can give Sean a telephone number and an email address after we cut the call here, and we'll stay in touch with you and follow this and find out how you make out, and then we'll bring you back on another program. Is that okay?
Sure.
All right, you got it. Well, listen, Jeff, appreciate it very much. I've got to get with Caleb and Rob here and get on to some of those things. Thank you so much for joining us. It's great to be in Detroit. Rob, Caleb, does any of that surprise you?
I'd like to say that it does, but outside, there are some areas where you have such an anti-concealed carry, anti-open carry climate that hearing about that sort of thing doesn't surprise me anymore. And it's kind of sad that it doesn't surprise me. You should never hear about that sort of thing. But when you've got a chief of police that sits on the board of an anti-gun organization, that kind of seems like a conflict of interest to me.
Listen here, Caleb, police chiefs are political beasts. They're appointed by mayors, and I'm telling you, it's vicious what you see out there. Okay,
well,
Tampa's police chief was the same way. It's just brutal. So,
and just here in Indianapolis.